So my name's Surya, I'm 16 years old, and I'm a para-athlete in the Singapore national team for air rifle shooting. I'll be one of the greatest. I think I love shooting because it's something that I'm good at. If you're good at something, you should really focus on it. When I was like 11 or 12, I was in Bintan with my family, and there was like a little carnival game. And it was like a shooting game. There was like a wooden gun. I like knocked all the targets off, and I got like a prize at the end. So my dad was like, "Oh, why don't you just try shooting when you go back to Singapore?"
Hi, I'm Dennis. I'm Surya's coach. I myself have been shooting since 2003. Past 10 years I've been coaching. This is even for me something new because I've always been in the coaching side with the people without disabilities.
Yeah, so I was basically born with this, and it's lower limb dysfunction. My nerves in my legs are kind of like not fully supplied, so that's why I got to wear these leg braces. A few years ago, it did sort of always affect me because I'd always just be overthinking, or I'd always just be stressed, or just always just critiquing myself, or just worried about how I end up looking or how everything is. In my shooting career, it doesn't really affect me that much because shooting is like a static sport, so it's chill. My upper body is just more of my positioning.
The rules are already more or less adapted for people with disabilities. I'm also a swimming coach, just to give a bit of background. I have also interacted with athletes with disabilities as well, so it's a bit different because shooting is a bit more static.
I started off in standing position for like 2 or 3 years, and my coach was like, "Hey, why don't you try out prone?"
For shooting, we have different classifications. So for his classification, specifically, we're shooting on what we call seated prone position. Prone is usually lying on our bellies. For them, they have support on the table.
When I started prone off and I started seeing my scores were actually like pretty high, I was like, I want to take this to international level because I didn't think I could ever get to that level of shooting. That sort of pushed me to be like, I can be so much better than or greater than I thought I originally was. I would say shooting is a lot about your mindset, and I think it's taught me a lot of things, especially focus and discipline. It kind of locks me in place, and it's like, okay, I have to do well, and I will do well.
Surya himself is very highly self-motivated, so I think he went to Changwon earlier this year in April. He competed with pretty much the rest of the world.
Most recently, I went to Changwon, South Korea for the World Cup, and I think as a whole, it was a really memorable experience because I got to meet so many different types of athletes and at the elite level. What motivates me is the fact that for the competitions I've been to, everyone's like in their 30s or 40s, and I'm 16 years old. For me to be able to compete at their level, I really want to see how far I can take this. And I think if I shoot long enough and hard enough, I can get to hopefully the LA Olympics in 2028, which would just be insane. That is the dream. That is the goal. I want to be great. I want to be one of the greatest.